Are you mad? Are you angry? Has love got you like fed up for some awful reason? Well, gosh, gee, you're in the perfect place. Because today I'm gonna teach you how to have a revenge glow up. Side effects of a revenge glow up include looking incredibly hot, looking incredible, being way too confident, being cocky, being way too sure of yourself, and getting a ton of money, a ton of looks, every single phone number on the entire planet of the face of the earth, getting glances, stares, looks.
Hi, I'm Anais, psychic medium, and this is my show, the Love Potion Podcast, where it's all love here.
Hey buddies, so you're here. This is a sign that it's time for you to have a revenge glow up. Kim, okay, you're over it, and you are going to be getting over it in the most glamorous and gorgeous way possible, but you're also going to be breaking some hearts in the process. This is definitely not your average advice, so subscriber beware. I recently watched a video titled "He Broke Up With Me the Day Before Valentine's Day," and in it a girl is basically explaining that she's never really celebrated a Valentine's Day with a partner before, and so she was very excited because the one time that she did, the guy just got her like a single plastic rose, and she was kind of like, ugh, you know, and she was really looking forward to it. She was in the middle of making like the most extravagant detailed card for her partner when all of a sudden she gets a call. She goes out to the car and yep, you guessed it, she gets broken up with the day before Valentine's Day. Now, this video really fueled something in me, something that hadn't come out for a very long time. It was this very like burning internal rage that just has to be settled. And if you are here, you might be feeling something similar, especially towards a situationship, an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-partner, whatever. And now you're here. This is your sign. It's time for a revenge glow up. Now, what is a revenge glow up, you might be wondering? Well, luckily, you've came to the perfect place because I'm going to teach you everything that I know about revenge glowing up. Okay? I'm even wearing my own outfit that I wore when I did my very own revenge glow up, except I added this today. Still like Harley Davidson kind of vibes, you know? But let's get right into it. Step 1, gather pin-spiration. So you're gonna go to Pinterest, you're gonna search up femme fatale, and you're going to literally pin everything that it gives you. It's gotta be red, it's gotta be grungy and hot and sexy and a little bit scandalous and a little bit man-eater sort of vibes as well. Pin everything that looks hot to you, okay? The outfits, the hairstyles, the swords, the nails, the sharp, amazing objects and things that are on there. Literally everything that gives you that sort of like sexy, confident, powerful sort of energy. Like, I'm taking all of my power back to me. That's what you're going to pin to your new board called Villanelle or Revenge Glow Up. Either one really works. After you've gathered all of this information, you are ready to move to step 2. And that is, you have to do a crazy dramatic hair change. I don't care if you're going from dark hair to bleach blonde hair, if you're going from bleach blonde hair to dark hair, or you're dyeing it purple, you're dyeing it blue, you're cutting it all off, you are growing it out but adding like a bunch of layers, doing a wolfie cut. Like, you have to do something that's like a little bit shocking even to yourself, because I feel like all about the revenge glow up is doing something that's like so not like yourself, okay? Like so anti-you that it almost is like, whoa. But then when you do it, you're like, I unlocked this other side of me, this like darker side of me, you know, that I didn't know was there. This was hiding, and it's time for her to come out, okay? And I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but I totally feel like whenever I change my hair, I really do feel like a brand new person, okay? Like, there's nothing that makes me feel brand new more than when I change my hair. And I went from doing like a sort of like dark black hair to doing a black hair with purple, whereas like way before that I had like brown hair, and so changing it to black was like very dramatic, and this was like a very, very, very dark purple, so it still looks like that black, but it has, whenever the light hits it, it looks purple and red, and so I love it so much. And it's like magic hair. but that was the thing that I did. You guys can also like add just like some glitter to your hair, some little tinsel pieces, you know, dye some streaks in it, different colors. Just like have fun and change it up a little bit. Do something that you would never again normally do. Step 3 is to go through your wardrobe and change it up, okay? This does not necessarily mean that you have to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe. I actually mean kind of like the opposite. It's like, you know, like Easy A, when she goes through and like I guess she buys a bunch of lingerie, but then she like cuts up her regular clothes and like tailors them and makes them fit her and sews different things to the clothes, bedazzles stuff. That's kind of what I'm feeling for you guys. It's like go through your wardrobe, really like cut it up, make it fit you better, like take up hand stitching, hand sewing. It's not very expensive at all, and it can literally make such a huge difference in your clothes overall, and they can really fit you that much better. And so yeah, so go through your clothes, cut them up, stitch them up, rip them, shred them, add some safety pins, take away the safety pins. Yes, layer your clothes. This is something that is like so insane that literally changed my entire wardrobe, is layering the clothes, adding skirts on top of other skirts, adding skirts underneath mini dresses, adding long skirts underneath long length dresses, like layering tight tops on top of long sleeve tight shirts, and like lingerie on top of other shirts, and just like play around with your wardrobe. You never know what you actually have that's already in there that you can make like 10 or 20 outfits with. And literally sometimes all it takes is like a little tweak too, because I had some dresses in my wardrobe that were not fitting me correctly at all because I had lost like a pretty significant amount of weight, but I still loved them and I really wanted to wear them. So I just took them in, and sis, did it make a world of a difference. I'm still wearing those clothes today, still looking snatched, and honestly, like I get compliments. Like whenever I wear specifically like clothes that I make too, I get a lot of compliments because again, I feel like it makes it look so much more like you and so much more unique, if you know what I'm saying. Wow. Was really good. But yeah, like it just makes you look that much more like yourself and how you're supposed to, and snatched and looking good, baddie, okay? Yes, you can also embroider clothes for like very cheap as well. You know, you just need some thread and then you need a needle, and then you can just go ham. You don't have to get a major embroidery machine just to make a few pieces. Like go off on your clothes that you already have, sew some little roses on them, sew some little flowers onto your jeans or whatever. Just make the outfits look that much more, again, like you. That was the time in which I did buy a few pieces. So I bought this one, which is like my most well-known bodysuit. I love this bodysuit so much. It fits me so well, and it also shows off my belly button, so I can show off my little belly ring as well, which is another thing that you guys could do too. Like instead of getting a haircut, you could get a freaking piercing. Like pierce your nose, pierce your tatas, pierce your navel, you know, just go crazy and try something different, try something new. The thing that I love the most about piercings that I've really found is whenever I'm like insecure about an area, I get a piercing there and the insecurity like goes away, or like a tattoo, you know, for some people. But like for me, it was really like to do with my stomach area. But then ever since I got the piercing there, it's like I no longer really notice my stomach. I just notice the little bling that's right there, and I just love it so much. It looks so cute. Yeah, I would do it 10,000 times over again. It's just the best little rhinestone accessory, but like on the body, you know? And then I also bought these Harley Davidson assless chaps as well, just so that way I could do like a whole photo shoot. Okay, but we'll get there. I really like got these clothes because at that very moment in time, I just did not care about how men were feeling about me at all. Because at that moment in time, I had just lost all respect towards men and just towards like love and relationships and in general. And I just kind of like completely was like, I'm not going to be that bitch anymore. I'm not going to fall for a man ever again. Like a man is going to fall for me if he's gonna get me. Like that's where it really sort of flipped in my book, and I sort of like lost my mind. Like I literally was like, yo, I'm not messing around anymore. I'm no longer wearing clothes to please a man. I'm wearing clothes to please myself because I look damn good in them. And like if a guy likes that about me, then a guy will like that about me, you know? But if he doesn't, then he can fuck off, and I don't really care because I look damn good again. And you know, I feel like there's so much like slut shaming in the world, especially when it comes to what women want to wear with their and what they want to do with their bodies. And like, I really feel like revenge glow ups are perfect for just being like, I do not care what men, what other women, what other people are thinking of me anymore, because this is my revenge. Because I feel like a lot of people go through revenge glow ups when they've been people pleasing a little bit too much, or like being too dependent on somebody, or somebody has just like taken advantage of them time and time and time again, or they've been cheated on or whatever. That is the time and the moment to have a revenge glow up. Because, bitch, like, I feel like at that point, you just do not care what that person thinks of you. And at that point, when you were that dependent, that person was your world. And like, that's what you wanted to please, and that's who you wanted to be. And so when that's no longer in your life, it's like, I don't have to please that anymore. I can please myself, and I can take that power back for myself and do everything now for me, instead of trying to look good for you or trying to do things to impress you, bitch. Because again, it's not about them. It's not about, you know, looking good so that way you can win them back. Because if anything, a revenge glow up is sort of like the opposite. But I feel like it's like the perfect time, because like, you really are just no longer depending on anybody else's feelings, emotions, whatever, about how you look, how you dress, how you style yourself, how you do your hair, how you do your makeup. You are just no longer caring about that kind of shit anymore. And so therefore, it's time that you level up your confidence. Yeah, because the sluttier that I dressed, the more that I felt in control of my body, in control of my life, in control of what I wanted to do with my future and with my power and my time and my money and my energy and my looks and everything, honey. That's what I did. But with step 4, gaining confidence, it's time for you to literally get back out there. Like, I don't care. You're going on dates, okay? And this is where the toxic advice comes in. So just keep watching, okay? We'll get through it. But go on dates, sis, okay? And play them. Play their feelings. Don't care. Turn everybody down. Like, it really doesn't matter. It's all about getting you back to feeling like yourself again. And that's where this sort of revenge villanelle energy comes in. Is because when I was in the state, like, I was no longer caring about what anybody thought about me or how anybody else was feeling. It was about me finding my soulmate and my partner, and the person that was going to really going to worship me and honor me and chase me, and not have me chase them and go after them and pay for shit. And, you know, but seriously, bitches, find the disgusting, self-obsessed alpha males of the world, give them all your attention, and then play them and take it away, and give your attention back to them, and then take it away, and then give your attention back to them, and then take it away. Don't text them back for weeks at a time and then hit them up out of the blue. I like to think of the song Boy for a Day. It's like, if I could be a boy for a day, I would play hearts just like video games. It's like, do that, okay? Because that's what a lot of men are already doing, especially specifically these alpha males, which is why I'm like, kind of go after them. Don't feel bad about it. Like, it's literally all just to do with building up your confidence again. Because if you've been in that situation where you were dependent on this other person's opinion, then I do not want you falling back into that, where you are going to depend on another person's opinion. So it's like you're almost going on dates knowing that you're not going to end up with them, so that way you can kind of regain your independence and be like, I'm okay by myself, okay? Like, I can take my time with this decision. It doesn't have to be this person. It could be this person. It could be this person, okay? I do not need you specifically. Step 5 would then be, maybe don't do step 4 again, but you definitely should do step 4 if A, you're way too nice, B, you find yourself consistently depending on partners, C, you find yourself getting trapped into situationship after situationship, or D, you're not finding the one, / like maybe you just keep going back to somebody that you know is not good for you, okay? This exercise is about forgetting the concept concept of the one completely. It's about forgetting the concept of like dating other people completely. Because in this very moment in time, you are the one, okay? You are the only one. You are the one, the love of your life. You are going to be there till the day that you die. You are your own ride or die. So it's time that you really treat yourself with that respect and treat yourself with that sort of knowledge that like, I have my own back and I don't need these other people to satisfy me or to make me happy or to buy me flowers, you know, like Miley Cyrus says. I can buy them myself, bitch. I can go out there and take myself on the dates that I need for myself. I don't need you to help me. You're just an asset. You're just a fun little extra thing that I also get to have. Yeah, because 6, and finally, the last step is remembering that you are that bitch always. You've always had this within you, this sort of mentality of like, I've got myself. It just can get a little bit construed sometimes because of other situations and people and partnerships and whatever. But it doesn't matter because you are doing something to completely change your life around and you are no longer that bitch, okay? You are not going to be dependent. You're not going to wait for this guy to be texting you back or whatever. You're going to start living your life and you're going to start doing it for yourself because you want to do it. And you know what? If they come back, they do. But then I feel like, and I pray that you have a different mentality where you're not just going to be like, okay, come back. You're going to be like, no, you got to come get me. Okay. If you want me, you got to come get me. Because I don't do this chasing shit no more. All right. So yeah, a little bit of like very toxic advice here today, but sometimes like it's what y'all need to hear. You know, sometimes you need the toxic advice because you get trapped into these connections with people that are just treating you so poorly. And you have to remind yourself that you can do better than that because you can, because you are that bitch. Okay. And you deserve better than that just because you exist. Okay, you deserve to be chased, you deserve to be loved, romanced, bought flowers for, taken on dates. I just heard taken on a spaceship. So like literally like feel like you're going to the freaking moon, okay? Because you're just that much in love. So yes, my beautiful babies, thank you so much for watching. This one was definitely a much shorter episode. So yeah, I just wanted to give a little bit of advice about having a revenge glow up, what that means, and like kind of like how to have one in the best way. Oh my gosh, it's the barking bag. I wonder what's in it this time. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. A phone! Oh my gosh, this means it's viewer question segment time! Yay! Alrighty, so the question of this week is, how do I know if I should be with them or not? And this viewer added a little bit extra, but I will just say that overall, it's like a gut thing. Like if you feel like you shouldn't be with them, or if you feel like you should be like maybe exploring some other options, then go for it. Like I don't think there's any harm in going for it, because I feel like that if you're just like comfortable with somebody, then it feels like you're like settling with them, and you should never like settle for somebody just because you're comfortable with them. Like if you feel like you shouldn't be with them, or if you feel like you should be like maybe exploring some other options, then go for it. Like I don't think there's any harm in going for it, because I feel like that if you're just like comfortable with somebody, then it feels like you're like settling with them, you know? And you should never like settle for somebody just because you're comfortable with them, or like just because even if you like miss them when they're away and stuff like that, I feel like that's okay. I definitely feel like when you know that it's just like time, if that makes sense. So go with your gut and trust your gut and don't deny it, because I feel like if you feel like you should be experiencing something better, you definitely probably should. Now again, if you're like texting this guy too much, if you are like all up in his DMs but he's never reaching out to you first, like whatever, I feel like y'all can do better than that, clearly, okay? So just go with your gut. I always say that, but you guys are super intuitive and you know what's best. So, but I'm always gonna be like, go explore, go have fun, because why wouldn't I, you know? I feel like this is what the life that your living is for, you know, is for exploring and having fun and experiencing life. And if you feel like you might be missing out on some new love by, you know, being with somebody, then that's definitely an indicator and a sign that, like, you should probably go see what else is out there, you know. So yeah, I hope that helps. Date his best friend, date his brother, date his dad, date his mom, date all of his cousins, date all of his friends, date everybody that he knows, date his mom and dad together, become a throuple. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get on your hottest outfit, your hottest makeup, you're gonna strut down his street. You're gonna hire an entire film crew, paparazzi, everything, and you're gonna pretend like you're filming the best music video on the planet, and he just gets to sit there and watch from his house. Just like really horrible revenge glow up tips at the end. If he has a twin, date his twin. That would be so iconic and crazy if they literally had a twin and you were like, yeah, fuck you, screw you, I'm gonna go date the other one. Date his grandpa, inherit his fortune and his estate, take everything and run. Okay, I'm done. Bye.